former Senator Juan Miguel Zubiri, and Zambales Representative Mitos Magsaysay. President Aquino's aunt-in-law, Tingting Coangco, is also running under Una. Former Senator Ernesto Maceda and incumbent Senator Gregorio Honasan will also try to make a comeback in the Senate this 2013.
Pagbukas ng Senado sa Hulyo ay una kontrolado ang Senado. Dapat lang po, para mawala yung busog at yung mga madadaldal doon sa Senado. Lalo na yung mga ahente ng mga ibang bansa na kagaya ng ahente ng China.
In mid-2012, when both Una and the administration coalition were having difficulties completing their slate, efforts were made to form a super coalition between Una and the Liberal Party-led coalition. It failed to push through. Una Deputy Spokesperson Ompong Plaza explained, there are two slates in the 2013 elections because Binay and Interior Secretary Mar Rojas want the same thing, the presidency in 2016. In early January, Una released its TV political advertisement, which criticized the accomplishment of President Aquino's Daang Matuwid.
Habang tinatahak ang Daang Matuwid, marami ang nagtatanong, bakit hirap pa rin ang buhay? Bakit dumarami ang walang trabaho? Bakit patuloy ang pagtaas ng presyo? Ang kailangan, pamamahalang maganda. Pamamahalang tungo sa magandang buhay.
Based on recent surveys, most of Una's candidates are doing really well in the rankings, thanks to the high popularity and satisfaction ratings of Una's streakings. But the fight is far from over. The campaign period has barely begun, and what happens between now and May 13, 2013 is still anybody's guess. Joyce Ilas, Solar News.
Let's get the rainfall forecast now from Mai Rodriguez, reporting from the Solar Weather Center. Mai?
Hi, Pia. Generally good weather seen for tonight and tomorrow. It's still the easterlies affecting the eastern sections of the country. So the warm winds from the east have not subsided, still causing high temperatures in some parts of the country. But we're expecting the cold winds to blow in again from China as the northeast monsoon or the Amihan is seen to make a comeback before summer sets in. Meanwhile, the whole country will be partly cloudy with isolated rains, mainly over Cagayan Valley, the provinces of Aurora and Quezon, the Bicol region, down to eastern Visayas, and the regions of Caraga and Davao. Checking tomorrow's rainfall amounts, we see mostly clear skies. The rains will stay light in the east of Mindanao down to South Cotabato, Sultan Kudarat, and Davao del Sur, becoming moderate at times there, but nothing to worry about. The rains will clear out, as you can see, by evening. On Saturday, rains are more concentrated to eastern Visayas in the morning, but wet weather returns to large areas of Mindanao in the afternoon. Pockets of moderate rainfall in Lanao del Sur, Maguindanao, and the Zamboanga Peninsula up to Tawi-Tawi, while up north, just showers over Cagayan and Aurora. Let's take a quick look at conditions in the Visayas tomorrow. Occasional rains in Iloilo, Cebu, Masbate, and Tacloban, but the rest of the central islands like Dumaguete and Bohol will be rain-free, staying under a partial shade. Temperature highs seen at 30 to 33 degrees Celsius. Farther south, light to sometimes moderate rains in Zamboanga, Cotabato, Cagayan de Oro, and Davao City. Fine and partly cloudy in General Santos and the rest of the region. It's also going to be warm with temperatures ranging from the 20s up to the low 30s. And that's your weather. Always be informed and keep safe. Pia, back to you.
Thank you, Mai. Let's get the latest now on the road from Hazel Dizon. She's reporting live from San Pedro, Laguna. Hazel?
Pia, taking a breath of fresh air for now from the traffic in the metro. We're here in the intersection of San Pedro, Laguna, and Muntinlupa. As you can see, a heavy volume of jeepneys and buses are apparent in the area. These are the buses passing here from the other parts of Laguna and Quezon going to Manila. Now, as you can see right behind me, that's going to Muntinlupa and Slex. It's going light at this hour, while the volume of cars going from that area going here to San Pedro is starting to build up. Meanwhile, right in front of me, that's where all those stopped cars are headed for. That is going to San Pedro proper, to Binyan. It's already light to moderate by there. But really, delays are only by the stoplights. While we were driving around earlier by the area, we have not encountered any major problem areas. I guess the worst so far is here by the intersection, but that, even as you can see here, is looking fairly well for this evening. Pia?
Thank you. Hazel Dizon reporting live from San Pedro, Laguna. Public Works Secretary Rogelio Singson says politics has nothing to do with the postponement of the EDSA rehabilitation plan. He explains President Aquino only wants full details on how the project will be carried out. More on this from Kat Domingo.
The Department of Public Works and Highways denied the EDSA rehabilitation project is postponed because of politics or faulty planning. DPWH Secretary Rogelio Singson says the project's implementation would depend on how fast the department can come up with a thorough project plan to be submitted for the President's approval.
Ever since naman, the implementation will be after May. At hindi pa namin binibid dyan, wala pang contractor dyan. The President is not against the rehabilitation of EDSA. He acknowledges that it has to be done. The issue here is the timing. The decision of the President is this. No? We will defer the rehabilitation until we're able to look and exhaust all possibilities para maibsan yung paghihirap ng publiko.
Singson says the DPWH gave project managers 30 days to come up with full details on how the rehabilitation will be carried out, a monthly schedule of construction and clearing activities, and a plan to reduce public inconvenience. Singson says aside from putting up signs to alternate routes, the DPWH is considering other suggestions.
What is being suggested is dedicate EDSA to public transport and carpool. Kasi yung mga private vehicles na isa lang ang pasahero, marami naman silang pwedeng daanan.
Meantime, Presidential Communications Secretary Ricky Carandang denied that President Aquino did put on hold the rehabilitation project because of fears it may be perceived by voters as an unpopular move.
No, we are not saying that EDSA does not need to be rehabilitated. We're asking if whether or not, if it has to happen now, and if all the measures have been taken to minimize the impact to motorists.
Singson says he is confident that the EDSA rehabilitation project will start within this year. He also clarifies that the DPWH has yet to award the project to any contract.
We apologize for that technical difficulty. We'll try and get back that report in a little while. In the meantime, the House of Representatives adjourned its session on Wednesday with a total of 4,267 measures passed since 2010. Among those bills, 219 have been enacted into law, including the reproductive health and sin tax measures. However, the lower chamber was unable to pass several key measures, such as the freedom of information and divorce bills. Lawmakers are expected to return to the House on June 3rd for the closing ceremonies of the 15th Congress. Lawmakers are challenging the Philippine National Police to step up its operations against loose firearms. This comes after the recent spate of shooting incidents involving unlicensed firearms. Pangasinan 2nd District Representative Leopoldo Batawil, a retired police general, urged the PNP to implement the law without fear, favor, or mercy. Meantime, Agham Party List Representative Angelo Palmones calls on the PNP to strictly implement licensing policies and procedures to avoid firearms getting in the hands of the wrong people. The Sandigan Bayan has issued an arrest warrant for June Lozada, the whistleblower in the botched NBN ZTE broadband deal in 2008. Lozada is facing 2 counts of graft charges after he allegedly granted leasehold rights over a public property to his brother and a private firm during his stint as president of the government-run Philippine Forest Corporation in 2007. Malacanang, meanwhile, has taken a hands-off stance on the issue. 2 Philippine National Police officials were dismissed from the service due to the anomalous repair and maintenance of 28 light armored vehicles of the police force. Cost of the repair reached more than 400 million pesos in 2007. In a resolution, Ombudsman Conchita Carpio Morales found Antonio Retrato, Accounting Division Chief, and Yulito Fuentes, Supply Accountable Officer, guilty of grave misconduct and serious dishonesty. It also stated that the benefits of the 2 officers are forfeited and that they are disqualified from holding public office. Meralco customers will see a 58 centavo per kilowatt-hour reduction in their electricity bill this month. Customers consuming 100 to 200 kilowatts will see a reduction of 115 pesos, and those consuming 201 to 300 kilowatts, 173 pesos. Customers consuming 301 to 400 kilowatts will see a 230 peso reduction, while those consuming 401 to 500 kilowatts will get a 288 peso reduction. Meralco says the lower rates are mainly due to the 55 centavo per kilowatt-hour decrease in generation charge brought about by new power supply agreements. Standard Chartered Bank reports a high level of confidence among Filipino clients following its annual corporate surveys in 5 Southeast Asian countries. Standard Chartered says 74.5% of its Filipino clients expect their businesses to do better in 2013, while only 6.1% say otherwise. Optimism among the bank's Filipino clients is significantly higher than what was projected by its clients from Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, Bangkok, and Jakarta. Standard Chartered says the confidence level among its Filipino clients is partly due to the Philippine economy's 6.6% growth in 2012. The Bureau of Customs lodged a case against an importer and a broker for attempting to smuggle over 315 million pesos worth of fake signature fabrics from China. Ronaldo Cruz of Trio and broker Marian Misula were charged for a violation of the Tariffs and Customs Code of the Philippines. The Customs Intelligence and Investigation Service earlier seized a 40-foot container van of counterfeit Mickey Mouse, Chanel, and Louis Vuitton fabrics. The Manila North Tollways Corporation holds a groundbreaking ceremony for the new highway that will connect the Kamanava Port area to North and Central Luzon and the rest of Metro Manila. 2 segments of the 10 billion peso North Luzon Expressway Harbor Link will be constructed this year. The first segment will bridge the Smart Connect interchange in Valenzuela to MacArthur Highway. The second segment will connect the MacArthur Highway to Circumferential Road 3 in Caloocan City. The NLEX Harbor Link, which is expected to boost trade and commerce, is set to open in 2014.